system AES, which the government has said that they will continue to implement. Now, I think the Penang State government views this with great concern. Now, despite the various remarks made by the various councillors, the opinions on the AES, the state government will make the final decision, and we'll be awaiting for both councils to present their opinion and their feedback to the state government. Of course, my personal view, and I think with some of the other EXCO members also, is that we need some time to study it. So we will prefer to delay implementation so that we can get a proper study. And we are very concerned about one aspect, is that the rewards given to the private company who implements AES is based on the number of summons issued. That means they have a 3-tier reward system. The first tier, I think, is 16 ringgit per summons. Then after that, if the number of summons increase, there will be a different payment system. I cannot remember what is the payment system like, but basically it is based on the number of summons issued. Now this one is somehow not right, because no one should benefit at the expense of people who were issued summons. If, let's say that this system is to be implemented, the cost should be paid by the federal government, and then it should not be tied up to the number of summons issued. Otherwise, then a big question mark will remain in the minds of the public. That means they would benefit at our expense. So that would raise questions whether these summons are properly issued or not, or is it issued based on based on the number of summons issued, and that's why the more you issue, the more they earn. So I think this will raise very big question marks. Now, we are not saying here, I want to stress that I'm not saying here that that they have that system where they want to issue more summons so they can earn more money. No, I'm not saying that. But it will create an unnecessary impression in the minds of the public that if they get their money back by, in terms of number of summons issued, then naturally, by implication, the more summons you issue, the more money they will receive, and that is not healthy. So I think as far as the state EXCO members are concerned, we will wait for the report from the 2 local councils before the state government makes a final decision. But I think our personal view is that we want to delay the implementation of the AES until we can do a proper analysis and make a final decision. So whilst I think the 2 councils, we have seen that the councillors have given their views, but finally the state government will make the final decision. No, or the state government can say no. Do we have authority over federal roads? I think that is another issue, because we all must remember that state government has only authority over state roads, not over federal roads. So even though we do not agree, but that question of whether we have authority over federal roads, I think we need to get advice also from the state legal advisor. Should we not agree with the implementation of the AES? We need the views of the state legal advisor. So that's why I think for some people who complain that actually Batu Tinggi Road is a federal road. Yes. So that's why, for example, there have been complaints by many tourists about this Batu Tinggi Road. I mean, we want to do something about it. But the problem is, it is a federal road. And when it's a federal road, the state government cannot touch. Just like you know that bottleneck to bypass from 3 lane to 2 lane and then 3 lane again. After the bridge, you go to bypass. That always is a bottleneck. It took us 4 years to get approval, but 5 months to finish the job. 4 years to get approval, 5 months to finish the job. So the problem is, when it is not a state road, the state government cannot do anything. So I'm giving you 2 examples. Batu Tinggi Road, that's a federal road. Even though it is not in good condition, but we can't do anything because it is a federal road. Same thing for the Tuning Expressway from the bridge side to the pass. Yes. From the bridge to the city, there is ours lah. But from the bridge to the pass, that also is a federal under LLM, federal road. Again, you need to get approval. So as I mentioned just now, when we fix up the bottleneck, it took 4 years to get approval, 5 months to finish the job, and it's now going to be finished, I think, by the end of this month.
Will this hesitance be seen as the state government wanting to be difficult?
Well, if of course, if the press wants to do it like that, what can I do? But I would prefer us to be seen to be difficult than to let the people suffer difficulty. Better us be seen as negatively than let the people face difficulty. Because I think we have to get public input and feedback. Unlike the federal government, they just the impression the public has is that federal government implements this to allow that private company to earn money. That's the impression. True or not is a separate matter, but the impression is there because you get money based on the number of summons you issue. So we have to, as a state government, we have to take into account this type of public feedback. Even though it's good, we're going to take into account this type of public feedback. For example, when we did the towing and the, the locking of the wheels, it's not based on how many you issue, then you get. No, it's that when you commit an offence, the local council just enforce. Even that also we got a lot of criticism, but that was after a lot of feedback and all that. Finally went ahead. It was unpopular, but nobody can say, oh, the more you issue, the more money some company earn. No, all goes back to the council. So there's no private benefit involved there. So I think these are the issues that we have to take into account.